Hello, hello, hello. Shalom. This is your girl, Baht of Zion, coming to you with another one. And guess what we're talking about today? Codependency, exploring your limits and boundaries. That's right, ladies and gents. Limits and boundaries. Let's go. Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. And the Elohim Yahuwah said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help meet. Let me sip some tea. All right. It's hot. What is limitations? Well, in order for us to know the limit, we got to figure out what it is first, correct?
Facts.
A limit is something that's externally facing, something you're asking someone else to do or not to do. And we all know we put limits on people, especially in courtship and throughout marriage. Just call a spade a spade. Now, what is the boundary? A boundary is something that's internally facing, something you often don't want to do or have much you are willing to do, to include how much you are willing not to do and can't do any further. But let's go ahead and jump into the biggest one of it all. Codependency. What is a codependent? Characterized by an excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner. Typically, one who requires support on an account of an illness or addiction. Now, have you ever been in a relationship and you've noticed that you need to go make a run to the store, but your partner is always on your hip like your cell phone, trying to get in the car with you? You lock the door and tell your partner, no, you can't go. I need a break. I'm trying to go to the store by myself. And they just yanking and pulling on the daggone doorknobs. Oh, let me in. I love you. I got to be with you. That's codependency. Okay? And we need to stop that, pump the brakes. All right now. So, some people are truly addicted to the illness of ride or die, but you keep getting shot while you're in these relationships, trying to display that you're that ride or die man or woman in a new relationship. But when the relationship crumbles, then guess what you about to go do? Cry, cry, cry. But you ain't crying for long, right? Right. Because what you're doing, you already looking for your next person or victim, if you will, to play the ride or die with next. This is an extreme form of codependency, which means your happiness is only shown when your partner is happy because of the inner boundaries you have put on yourself by not finding self in the first place. Now let's read that boundaries back one more time. A boundary is something that's internally facing, something you often don't want to do, or how much you are willing to do, and even how much you are willing to do until you can't and won't go any further. Some people marry their weaknesses.
Facts.
If you marry your weakness, you both will fall because that other person that's weak in that same situation as you, they can't help pull you out of that dark void that you're in because they're going to slip and fall into the hole with you. And now both y'all 6 feet under. All right? So, how do you counter marrying your weakness? Let's figure this out. You have to keep in mind that during the courtship phase, while you're supposed to be testing the ruach, if I pour out my weakness to you, your strength is going to have to fit my weakness. So that person will have not fell into that empty void inside of you. In order to avoid having a void within yourself, you are going to have to address your internal boundaries. Before you put limitations on someone in the relationship, learn how to take care of you first. Don't fall for any attraction with the opposite sex due to a dysfunction where you're acting out of anger or giving someone access to you because you are sharing the same type of pain from a known trauma in your life at that specific moment. Now, I know good and well I've done seen it, and I'm pretty sure some of you have seen it too. When you were out here in the world, you at the club with your girls or with your homeboys because they done broke up with you. Now you got to go let off some steam. You take a couple of too many drinks and you out there on the dance floor, just dancing and gyrating your whole little body the way you want to. Okay? And now here it is, 2 o'clock in the morning, the club closing, and this brother or this sister come walking up on you and they want to take you home so they can talk to you a little bit better because the music is dying down too low and they can't hear your voice. You know, that little catchphrase to get you, wink, wink. So you take it upon yourself to go with this person who you don't know, which that's nasty, by the way, to go with this person that you do not know because they're telling you, oh, yeah, what you went through, my man did the same thing to me too. Or shorty talking about something, yeah, she shouldn't have done you like that. My dude done the same thing to me too. So now both of y'all sitting there in your filthiness, exchanging information towards one another based off of pain from a current trauma that is happening at that moment in your life. So to avoid having that issue where you have a large void in you and you can't have it closed, try not to engage with people who also have that same void and look at them as a marital person. Don't do that. You are to marry your strength, not your weakness. Because if you marry your strength, when you begin to fall or slip, the strength is going to come and grab you by your wrist and pull you out of that ditch. Your strength will not fall with you. Your strength is going to help build you. Your weakness will help you go under and succumb and diminish because they're doing the same exact thing as you. The man was created to bring boundaries within logical reasons. That's why, ladies, it is important for you to have your cover, your head cover. And no, I'm not talking about your silky press wrap, okay? I'm talking about your husband. All right? It's important for you to have your husband who is a righteous man. He was created to bring the boundaries to you. Because without boundaries, you will not know how far to go. Let you get upset with your husband and you still be of the world. Now you out here with Tawanda, Rashana, and Generette, and y'all riding down the street talking about, yeah, I think he cheating on me. I'm about to go pull up in an unmarked car. Generette, let me get your car. So now all three of y'all, dumb, and dumber, riding around back to your house, right? And your man at the house, but you just got something popped in your mind, right? Your insecurities. Now y'all getting out, y'all keying up your husband's car, putting all types of graffiti all on the car, and then y'all scurve out like some bad bees that y'all are, or that you think you are. So do not, once again, get yourself into situations, whether it be a friendship turning into a marriage or a friendship in general, where you have this other party that is feeding off of your limitations, your lack of boundaries, the trauma, the pain that you are currently in, because it's all going to lead to disaster. You cannot be married to a help meet with no help. It's not going to work. I'm going to say that one more time. You cannot be married to a help meet with no help. You out here in the dark screaming, help, help. Where they at? Nowhere to be found. Because they can't help you. While Hashatan is dragging you for whatever sin or filth that you committed, he's going to very well drag that other person with you. Because why? Both y'all is tracking and driving inside of the same sin, the same filth. Get you a helpmate who has strength. So when you begin to slip, they're not going to let you fall. They're going to pray for you. Pray that you restore strength. Pray that their healing can help heal you in a time of your need. So, what is a help meet? A help meet is a helpful partner, particularly a spouse. A spouse. If you know your partner's limitations, there is no room to cross a line that doesn't have a clear boundary, which would enable you to become codependent via feelings because of the reaction you received. Such as one partner may excuse their partner actions, cover them up, or continue to support them despite negative consequences, which we call this enabling. It's because they have trouble setting boundaries. So, while in the courtship, stop asking these absent-minded questions. What is your favorite color? Where do you work? What type of car do you drive? How much is your salary? Stop it. What you should be asking yourself is, have I examined him or her in their weaknesses to make sure my strength can help them? Or how would he or she like my help? Instead of me assuming that the way this situation I was going through and I use this tool to help me is going to help them. Because every help toolkit is different for every person. When you apply to the position of a help meet, make sure your resume doesn't just stand out, but also your skills. Because your skills are going to be tested on that job. You're either going to quit before the 90-day probation, or you're going to outlast and overcome life with the person Yah has designed for you to do this thing called life with. Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, and it states, "And the Elohim Yahuwah said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an help meet." And I yield.